Welcome to day 4 of our January challenge 2022 and a new section that we're going to be looking at today. I'll start by playing it for you. So we're starting with the crotchet at the end of the second time bar. I'll give a count in case you want to just straight away play, but otherwise here we go. 1, 2, 3. As far as we're going today with that. So, first thing to notice is that we're now mezzo forte. So the previous section has all been sort of mezzo piano, quite gentle. So we've lifted it up in volume, okay. This piece actually doesn't particularly get higher, volume-wise louder than mezzo forte. So we actually can be quite strong here and really sort of bring it out. Okay, so again, I'm going to start with the left hand, nice and straightforward today. We've got these big shapes, the octave and a third. So if you aim with your thumb for the B and let the other two open up, you'll be on a G and a D in the bass, G, D, B. Okay, and it has that, just as crotchets. And then exactly the same thing again. Then that was one below the red with your thumb. Take your thumb to one below the black, which is an E, open it out. So your bass is now C, G, E. Okay, then we stay in that area, but we now go back to the octave and the fifth, so the red Cs with both thumb, first finger, and fourth, and we have the G on, and then we're just going to cross under. So we have 4, 2, crossing under to the D, D, E, okay? And that works well if your thumb's sort of nice and high, and especially once we've done those. And again, we'll travel up the harp as we play those notes. Okay, so nice and straightforward in our left hand. It's all going off in the top hand. So we'll just once more practice through that. We'll see if we can do that together. So again, trying to open out from your thumb. So thumb on the B and allowing the other fingers to stretch to that shape that we now get quite comfortable with. We have 2 bars of this, moving up to the C, G, E, and then staying in more or less in that same area, letting your thumb come to the red and then crossing under. Okay, so I'll count you in. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to replace that, and, moving up to thumb on the E, and. Sort of area, quavers. Okay, brilliant. So that's our left hand, our bass line underpinning the whole lot. So starting then with our right hand at the end of the second time bar with this crotchet D. That's our upbeat, that is part of our melody. So the melody is dee da da dee da dum. Okay, so you could sort of be ready placed in the next bar and just do that with your thumb and then do it again. I'm not a big fan of sort of doing double notes with the same finger, especially when it's a thumb. I want it to really ring out beautifully, so I want for you to try it with a finger 2 and then beautifully open up, just and then just open your hand and your thumb goes on that D and you've got the triad underneath. Okay, so and then we're going back on with finger 2 to the B, 3 on the A, we play down, we go back up with the B and the D. So we try and place that rather than, it is sort of a walking through, but we try and always be placing ahead. Remember our direction rule. So we have our rolled chord, tariam, and it's on a quaver, so it doesn't want to be sort of spread too much, it really wants to push through. And then B, so we're heading down. Now we're heading back up, so B and D can go on. Okay, so let's try that in time because there was a little pause there as we placed it. Let's see if we can do that without any pause. So I'll go from this D on its own into the tadium and straight on, okay? So starting with finger 2 on the D, here's our count in. This is at the end of that second time bar. Okay, here we go. 1, and 2 and 3 and. That's good. We'll try it one more time. So finger 2 on the D. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and. Lovely, well done. Then we've got an E, but it's a quaver going again into the same rolled chord. So what I'd like to do here is I'd like to thumb slide it in. Okay, so you can have the 2 and the 3 ready for the chord and we just slide like that. You can do the thumb and then open up. It's a little bit less secure. So the nice thing to do is to place finger 3 on the G, finger 2 on the B, thumb on the E, slide into our tariam. Okay, just try that move. E, tariam. Do it a couple of times. Okay, and then it's doing the same answer notes again. So we've got B, A, B, going up to a D. And also snuck in there is a little grace note. That's the little tiny note with a little sort of dash through it. So it's a little bit of ornamentation. So it doesn't have to be played, but it's really nice to have it. So we just fit it in. It doesn't have a value of its own. And it's almost like boom, with the final note still landing on the beat. So it's almost like doing part of a rolled chord. It's ta-dum, but it's the riam of tariam. Okay, so let's just try that section from the thumb slide down. So this is the quaver at the end of bar 10. And we go ta-ta-dum. That's what we're going to do together. Okay, you ready? Here's our count in. I'll give you 3 and 4 and we'll come in on that thumb. Have these other fingers anchored ready. Here we go. 3 and 4. Back on. That's it. Okay. And we want to be really careful that we don't go ba-dum, that we don't put the emphasis on the grace note, but that it's on that thumb. It's almost like snapping your fingers. Dum, that thumb coming through. Okay, should we put those two little bits together? So starting at the end of the second time bar, D, from there, okay? Count you in. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Done. Okay, and that'll be a section to work on a little bit. Before we do anything else, let's try putting the left hand underneath that. Okay, so the D will be on its own and then we're into the tariam. Okay, left hand will be ready because underneath these first 2 bars that we're just doing now, it's the same left hand twice. So thumb is on the B just below the red and we just let our hand open up to that overstretched shape. The G, D, B. If that is too big a stretch for your hand, firstly, take comfort from the fact that one day it might not be, that you will actually potentially open up the stretching to be able to reach that. But similarly, you can place the lower 2 notes, reaching your thumb but not having it on the string, and then as soon as you've played finger 4, you can kind of rotate around into getting your thumb on. Okay, so you can do it like that. In which case, the same idea applies of aiming for the highest note. So opening up to being aware of where your finger 2 is, rather than trying to place that and then that, because then we sort of peel on and we're much more likely to end up with fingers in unusual places. Okay, so hand on in your left, hand on your right, up on that high D. We're going from the end of the second time bar. We're just trying 2 bars worth, hands together. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Well done. We'll try it again. Give it another go. Good effort though. Let's try that again. Ready with those notes? Here's our count. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Lots of time. And 4. Well done. Excellent work. So it's about not panicking, about letting these notes ring out. Although there is a crotchet rest, so it would be okay to get back on. We won't be doing any harm getting on sooner, given that there is actually a rest there. Okay, next part in the melody in the right hand. And there's fingering marked in here. This is Janet's fingering. So 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. Thumb on the E and tadiam. So that is D, E, F, 3 in a row. So your thumb's on the black. We play the 3, play the 2, go back on with 2 and 3. Get your thumb on the E. Get 2 and 3 either side of the red. And then back up to those same notes. And then we're opening up to C and G. Finger 2 on the C, third finger on the G for our tadiam, but our thumb's already there. Okay, and that's nice fingering because it does really show that we're aiming for that tadiam, that top note is the melody. Okay, so let's try that together. Nice and steady, but see if we can keep it moving. Just this newest part, these quavers. So we're starting on at the end of a bar. So again, I'll count 3 and 4 and we'll come in. Got 3, 2, 1 on D, E, F. 3 and 4. Good effort. Try it again. Thumb on the F. 3 and 4. That's it, don't panic with it. Really nice and straightforward. Lovely. Okay, so underneath that was our stretched shape again. Our thumbs on an E. We have C, G, E. And then back to the C and G, but thumb comes to the C instead. And then we just cross under. Fingers 2 and 1. Okay, so have a go. If you want to just do the top hand again or just try the left, that's fine. We're going to just go on these last 2 bars. D, E, F, that part there. Okay. Left hand's ready. Bass C. Relax those shoulders. 3 and 4. Time. Now it moves. So really allow those, don't rush through the crotchets. Those are nice and steady. And then we have our quavers. Okay, so let's try that again. Make sure that you're keeping that left hand nice and steady. Lots of space. Ready? Top hands on. 3 and 4. One more try of that. It's coming on well. Ready? 3 and 4. Excellent, well done. Okay, should we have a go at putting all of that together now? So remember our beginning was D and then our tadiam. The thumb slide and a little grace note, and then into this bit we've just done. Yeah, a nice simple left hand, don't over worry about it, just nice and steady. Okay, so we'll start ready here at the end of that second time bar with the D. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and, and 4. And 4. Excellent, well done. Don't panic moving from the first 2 bars into the second 2 bars. That is something to work on and make sure that you flow through, but don't panic about it. Excellent. Join me on the play along video where we'll do that at nice steady speed, pace, and a slightly faster speed as well. But yeah, you're doing well. Well done.